Hey Coach, Lone Star Gridiron has been the leader in Coach's Show podcasts for 20 years, and now you can get your own Coach's Show podcast each week during the season as a fundraiser for your booster club. Yes, booster clubs all over are using these podcasts to help their sports programs. You get to share the stories of your program and your kids to a huge audience and make money. We started with just football, but this year have expanded to make them available for all sports. Call 713-269-4620 to find out the details and get your Coach's Show started.
All right, Coach, so tell me about the team this year. What do we expect?
Well, it's year two. Last year was my first year. We only had 4 seniors last year, so we pretty much bring back our entire team. We have a lot of experience. We bring back essentially every starter. Every kid that will play this year has started before, so we look to kind of build on the momentum that we had last year. We had a nice little winning streak going and made the playoffs, and came up a little short, but I feel like we have a little bit of momentum going, and super excited about the season.
Well, you mentioned all the kids coming back.
Yes, sir.
Who are some of the kids that you're going to have to rely on this year?
So our offensive and defensive line should be one of our strengths. On the defensive line, we've got like Marshall Wellborn and Javen Lewers and Cootie Ellison. On the offensive line, we have Ricky Walton, Adam Thompson, Calvin Thompson, Dean Bradley, and quite a pretty competitive competition for the 5th spot there on the O-line at left guard. So it'll be exciting to see who wins that battle. But really our big boys up front will be our strength, and then we return our quarterback who had a really good season last year, Aaron Janacek. So if we can kind of piece that all together and play solid football, I think we should have a pretty good year.
Nice. And tell me about the district. What do you expect there?
So we changed districts with the realignment. So we were up north with like Thorndale and Hearn and Holland and Thrall. Now we're going south with Kennedy, Bloomington, Ganado, Danbury. We still have Weimer and Flatonia, who are right next door to us. Ganado's, preseason number 1. They're very good, so that'll be a really good challenge. Weimer's a very good football team. I think they went 2 or 3 rounds last year, and they return a lot of people. So those two should really be the toughest games. But it'll be interesting to see how the new teams are that we haven't seen Kennedy or Bloomington or Danbury. So it should be pretty interesting.
Nice. And how about pre-district? What do you have?
So pre-district, we open up with Sacred Heart, which is just right down the road from us, TAP school. And then we have Rogers, Burton, and then Brazos. So I feel like it's a pretty tough schedule. It's not as tough as last year. Last year's non-district was brutal, but I feel like we're going to be tested and hopefully ready for district.
So, it's interesting, the philosophy on pre-district. Some people, I want to face the world beaters so they know what a tough contest. Others these kids need some wins. What is your philosophy, or is it just any game I can find?
No, I think it really depends on how you feel about your team. I feel like last year's non-district was too tough for us. I really do. But in the same sense, it did prepare us. I mean, it helped us. But like playing Poth, we had no business being out there with them. They beat us up pretty bad. And Universal City Randolph, 2 divisions bigger than us. Rogers, just very, very good teams. Kind of beat us up last year in the non-district. We had a few injuries, but it did prepare us. This year, I feel like we have a good mix. I think we have 4 really good teams, but Poth's not on there. And, Randolph, which were just, they outclassed us pretty good last year. When you feel like you have a team with a lot of returning starters and a lot of expectations, you can schedule a little bit tougher. Or if you feel like your district's not tough and you want to be prepared for the playoffs, you can kind of do your prep during the non-district. But I feel like our district's plenty tough, and I didn't really feel like scheduling Poth and Randolph again. And but we kept 2 of the 4 from last year with Burton and Rogers, who are both very good teams.
Yeah, and so you talk about the tough district. Any coach asks, what's the must-win game? They're going to say, they're all must-win games. But what's one that maybe you don't have circled, but maybe the community has circled, that this is the one we need to win?
Yeah, that's definitely Weimer. Weimer's 8 miles down the road from us. We're good friends with their staff, and our kids all know them. They're all cousins with them, and it's just it's a good rivalry, and we definitely want to win. Last year was a phenomenal game, and they ended up pulling off a win on us, but I would definitely say Weimar for sure.
Yeah, and where is that one?
It's at Weimar.
Okay.
So both of our big rivalry games this year at Weimar and at Flatonia. So we'll go on the road for both those, but we do have Ganado at home, which hopefully helps us a little bit.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So I know summer is a busy time.
Mm-hmm.
Did you get a chance to take any vacation, any time off?
Absolutely, yeah. So the week before the 4th of July, we went up to Utah and spent time with my family up there. So that was nice, and just kind of relaxed and enjoyed the nice mountain air where it wasn't humid and hot, and so that was really good. And then we gave the 4th of July week off to our players, so we took those 2 weeks and then kind of come back feeling refreshed and ready to go.
Sweet. Well, thanks a lot, Coach, and
Yes,
good luck on the season.
Thank you, appreciate it.
This show is brought to you by the book, All I Need to Know I Learned from My Texas High School Football Coach. A handbook of wisdom for parents, young people, and yes, even coaches. Head over to www.learnedfromcoach.com and order your copy to support sharing the stories of these great coaches and leaders. That's learnedfromcoach.com.